So we're getting ready for the action to get underway.
27.
The batters of TVSL in position. It's going to be an interesting game today. Srijit, we've seen a bunch of games at this venue. The wicket has been just stunning, hasn't it?
Without any doubt, Neil. It's a good sporting wicket, and we have to really give credit to the curators who have done a stupendous work. And that's the reason why we are able to see some magnificent games. Whether it is bowling, batting, you show that application, you have something on the surface. It's a strong team without any doubt. Vision Shipping playing their third encounter in this tournament. And as far as the opposition is concerned, Invergy Lions will definitely look to give them their first defeat, but will that happen? We'll have to wait and watch. Packed offside field for the right-handed batsman. No slip in position. Third man patrolling the fence. First delivery outside the off stump on the back foot. Punches it towards cover, but had ample time to go across for a single. So first runs on board, and they will look to really capitalize the first 6 overs, where 2 fielders will be outside the 30-yard circle.
Very right.
Salman and Ubaidullah, good pair there for TVSL. Wanting to attack on the very first delivery that he faces. Does the ball have enough legs? Yes, it does. 4 runs.
Not a convincing looking shot, but we'll say thank you very much. His inner half of the bat was in contact. That bottom hand coming into play. Luckily was in the gap, mid wicket and mid off inside the 30-yard circle, and that shot has forced the skipper to push back that mid wicket fielder. So there is a deep mid wicket, fine leg up in the circle, and 4 fielders on the offside inside the 30-yard circle. Swing and a miss. We were talking about movement. There you go. A way swinging delivery to Ubaidullah, who's batting on 4.
Well, yeah, Ubaid got that boundary on the very first delivery. That definitely feeds in a lot of confidence in the mind of the batter, which primarily means that he would want to go attacking against this bowler of the Lions. Again, not a very delightful contact. Will get a single nonetheless.
Since the bowler is getting the ball to move away from the right-hander, I think especially to Ubaidullah, yeah, good ploy if he can come round the wicket and angle the ball away, because Ubaidullah is someone who loves to play it on the onside. As we have third man slightly square. Much better line, plays it with soft hands and off for a single.
You are a fan of bowlers coming around the wicket to bowl, aren't you, Srijit?
Absolutely, yes. Because I remember when my coach gave me a new ball, I've been hit for a 6 or 4. The first thing that I do is come round the wicket with cross seam deliveries.
Interesting ploy. A single there after that solitary boundary. Singles have been the way to go. 8 runs on the board, 1 over gone.
Waqas will come and bowl the second over from the school end. First delivery, and this one has been hiked over the long on fence for 6.
But the ball has been sent to the school. Give that ball a scholarship already. Fantastic shot there. Maximum on the first. And that will put an immense amount of pressure on Waqas. Where does he bowl? But look at this one. How far has it gone in the night sky? And how deep, beyond measure.
There was swing, but he covered that swing and played it over long on. Second one, much better delivery, forcing the batsman to go onto the back foot. But a single at the end as he played it towards the right of the cover fielder. 15 runs on board. Remember, this is the second over. Expensive over this. 7 runs, the very first 2 deliveries. They're utilizing the power play really very well.
Playing it with soft hands, will get a single there. Yeah, no issues in getting those singles. As long as Salman and Ubaid are not going for the big ones. And what Salman is doing very smartly, he's not wasting too many deliveries. He's bringing Ubaid on strike because he knows it's Ubaid who's going to hit those big ones. And if that's a responsibility that's on him, I think he's doing it well. And so is his partner. 6 deliveries, 13 runs on board for Ubaidullah. He's going to be on strike. Stepping down and very well bowled. Bowls a short one. Realized that Ubaid is going to go big on him. And what I sense is Ubaid also announced it way too early that he wants to step down to Waqas, giving Waqas enough time to change his plot.
This one outside the off stump. It's high. Has it got the distance? Yes. Over extra cover for 6.
Beautifully hit. It's literally murdering the cricket ball. Waited for the ball to come in that zone and whacked it over cover for a max.
He knew there was no protection in the deep. Poor line, poor length to Ubaidullah. Pressure, already 14 runs conceded by Waqas. Still a delivery to be bowled in this over. Where will he go now? He has hit 1 over long on. In the second 6 towards that extra cover. Again slightly shorter, and this time over long off. 3 sixes in an over. 1 towards mid wicket, 1 towards extra cover, and now over the long off fence.
Count the number of 6s and you will realize that all of them are having the same name on them. Ubaidullah. 2 overs gone, 28 for none. Fresh over. Beautifully played. Beautiful drive and a boundary.
Salman said enough is enough and hits his first boundary. He knew that mid-off was inside the 30-yard circle. Just he had to clear that fielder and did well. Played it over that fielder's head for 4.
I think what he's done is he's played a little more orthodox as compared to Ubaidullah. Down the leg side. Now this is what happens when you hit the bowler for a boundary on the very first delivery, it messes up his mind, and thus he starts erring in his line, erring in his length, wide, right after the boundary ball.
Incoming delivery has not really troubled Ubaidullah nor Salman. They have to try slow ones. We have seen in this tournament fast bowlers using that trick. This one slightly slower, pulled it and over the mid-wicket fence for 6.
They're dealing in boundaries, these lads. Previous over it was Ubaidullah, this year it's Salman. It's just amazing to see those clean strikes. Absolutely stunning. Maximum.
And if you look at his body position when he was trying to play that shot, he knew that bowler would be bowling that back of length delivery to him. He positioned himself and played it magnificently, because there was a fielder also at deep. He timed it so well, cleared the fence. 11 runs. It's time for toss. It's in the air. Couldn't get it from the middle of the blade. Straight to the fielder, not for any runs.
Have you realized that Salim has a bowling action which is pretty much similar to Jasprit Bumrah? His stutter at the start, those little hoppy steps, if you see, there you go. That's so much like Jasprit Bumrah. And then the non-bowling arm drops a little too early. Up in the air, chance. Is there someone to take it? Oh, he dropped it. No, you don't drop these catches. Not very often you'll get chances. When you get them, you need to grab them. Oh my God.
He had ample time. Look at that. Was in the air for a long time. He positioned himself, but then couldn't really judge. Dropped it. It's a big reprieve for Salman, who's batting on 14. Now fine leg is up in the circle for Ubaidullah. Mid-off, mid-on inside the ring. Now mid-off has been pushed back, and third man comes inside the 30-yard circle. So 4 fielders inside the 30-yard circle on the offside. There's a mid-wicket and fine leg, and mid-on inside the ring. Opens the face of the bat, finds the gap magnificently between cover and extra cover for 4.
It's raining boundaries, and this over is not yet over. One more delivery to go. It's 44 on the board already. He wanted to play in some other direction when the ball went in some other place. Completely no connection, but the ball had enough on it to reach the fence. Salim in his 11 overs has given away 24 runs. Slower one, took the pace of the ball, a much better decision there. End of the third, it's 44 for none.
Change in bowling. Left arm spinner comes into picture as he comes in and bowls around off and middle, plays it, rather dabs it towards onside and off for a quick single. intelligent cricket.
So Shahnawaz is one of their top bowlers, has the ability to pick wickets, and he, for one, definitely want to get those wickets going, want to pick a couple of wickets right away. A wicket of Ubaidullah or Salman will probably help TVSL, rather the Lions, maybe gain some confidence. Waits on offer and brutally hit, 4 runs.
Poor piece of bowling there by Shahnawaz, not bowling according to the field set for you. If you look at the field setup, you have 2 fielders on the onside patrolling the fence, no one on the offside, and you're bowling that shot wide outside the off stump. Look at that. Just had to connect and clear that infield. Again, slightly shorter and played it over mid-off for 4.
Your assessment is 100% right. No man manning the boundary at the sweeper cover, and you bowling short and wide. Not going to help. Not going to help whatsoever.
If you are bowling that line to him, better you keep long off and deep extra cover, not that deep mid wicket and long on. Much better line. Bowls it quick, round his pads, plays it defensively back towards the bowler.
2 more deliveries to go in this over. Already given 9. Most of the bowlers have been expensive today. On to the pads, big shout. The umpire is not interested. He smiles. He says, no, this is not going your way. 1 more delivery to go. Shahnawaz, as soon as that struck the pad, jumped in excitement. No, was going down. Impact also, I think, was outside the leg stump.
But that's the line, that's the area where he needs to bowl consistently, rather bowling short wide outside the off stump. And this is what you do. You force the batsman to manufacture one, and did that. Just a single. 4 overs gone, 54 for naught. बेस्ट लगता है
Mohammad Anwar Khan, the responsibility now to contain or to take a wicket or 2 is on him. The vision shipping, these guys are going at 13 and a half, 4 overs, 54 for none. It's a phenomenal start that the TVS guys have got. All courtesy Ubaidullah and Salman. Tossed up and punished. Boundary on the very first ball.
Was a loopy delivery outside the off stump, but again he dragged it from off stick and played it in the gap on the onside between mid on and mid wicket. Look at that. Was on one knee, he improvised it. He's a quality batsman. Ubaidullah, he's into his 40s. Again a tossed up delivery, miscued, it's in the air, but again in no man's land. Got just a single, very lucky.
Well, yeah, the dilemma was who goes for it. The fielder at long off had a lot of miles to cover, and the fielder at short cover had to run backwards. Always difficult to run backwards, but then maybe he had a better chance. This time no one has a chance. Bring it from outside, maximum.
With the turn he played, he waited and he played it over long off. It was a dangerous shot as there was fielder at the long off fence. Look at that, right from the middle of the blade. He was very confident that he will clear the field. 11 runs already in the first 3 deliveries that he has bowled. Expensive over this. Again a tossed up delivery around his pants, played it towards onside, just a single. Where to bowl to these two batters? You toss it up, with the turn they will play. You bowl quick outside the off stump and they will drag it and play it towards onside.
No, I think both these batters have been sent with a mission. They've been given the liberty to go big, doesn't matter if you lose a wicket or two. Came across the line, wicket keeper hyper excited, trying to put pressure, I don't know whatever, but both won't work because Ubaidullah had come across the line, all 3 stumps visible. But Anwar, he'll have to bowl a good last one to finish his over. 12 already of the over. Last ball. He's gone aerial. Cleared the infield, but that's a very long boundary. The batters will cross over for 2, and that should be the over. 5 overs gone. 68 for none.
So Anwar will continue from the school end, but there is a change in the comm box. Neeloja takes a quick breather and Ellen comes in. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, Srijit. An exciting game so far. 5 overs, another boundary for Salman. 72 for no loss after 5 overs. And as Ghani mentioned during the toss, he was looking at 200 and looks like we are getting to a 200 score here tonight.
So it clearly goes on to show that you have a vision, you have a plan, and they are playing according to that plan. This one, an arm ball, quicker, but Salman couldn't really time it. Still they'll manage to get a single. Good thing is they are utilizing that power play. Remember, still they have got 4 legitimate deliveries in the power play, and they have already got 73 runs on board.
Correct. If you look at the projected score, is 270 already. If they continue with this onslaught, we could be looking at something very big.
Without any doubt, they need to rejig their strategies. They need to make sure that what they have planned is not working. This one in his arc, and Ubaidullah will get to his half century with that biggie over mid wicket.
Vision Shipping has been shipping all those balls right outside the park. And that is a biggie. It's hit the night sky and it's out into the woods.
Again, the question remains the same: where to bowl to these two batters? Look at that. He's dealing in boundaries. Again, a tossed up delivery. Couldn't reach to the ball, but still a single. They'll be very happy with the way things have gone so far for Vision Shipping.
The Lions looking for a quick wicket, at least in the last two balls here. It's launched at it. Is this going to be taken? It's taken. And Salman goes for 27, a well-played 27 of just 12 deliveries. He's done his job. He's created an impact here. That is all that matters. It doesn't matter if you have to score a 50 or if you score 27. As long as you've made that impact, you have done the job for your team. He's utilized the power play well. Salman goes for 27 of 12. It's 80 for 1 in 5.4 overs.
New batsman in is Javed, who will be replacing Salman. Played a magnificent innings in the power play. Ubaidullah and Salman were sent in with the purpose. Final delivery. This one around his pads. Won't be getting any runs. Dot to end the over. What a power play period we have witnessed. 6 overs completed, 80 for 1, Vision Shipping. So leg spinner will continue. First delivery, quick outside off stump, and Ubaidullah was trying to cut it past backward point. Good thinking by the bowler.
That is a much better delivery from the previous deliveries he bowled in the previous overs. Flat, and there you go. That's a wicket. That's what he should have done, and that's exactly what he has done in this over. He's bowled it straight. The ball is skid right onto the off stump. And Ubaidullah goes across the line and he falls for this one. A well played half century by Ubaidullah. He's created an impact again for Vision Shipping. Scored 52 of 24. Big impact in the power play at the strike rate of 216.
Ubaidullah Mohammad scoring 50 runs. 52 to be precise of 24 deliveries, and TVS 80 for 2 after 6.2 overs.
Nasir Faraz, the new man in. 2 quick wickets for the Lions. This should be their opportunity to capitalize and slow down the scoring. after the departure of the two openers.
And this is an opportunity for the opposition to create more pressure, as Nasser and Javed, two new batsmen in the middle. This one was played with a straight bat, not for any runs. This is the period where you have more close-in fielder. Attacking instinct should be shown by the opposition. This time, flighted delivery, played it towards onside. Just a single.
You've got deep mid-wicket. You've got a sweeper. Long on and long off. We should be seeing a lot of singles in the next period or so.
That's what they need to do at this stage. They got to a flying start in the first 6 overs. This one, flighted delivery, and Javed trying to go aerial, couldn't really time it well.
I think the Lions might be sniffing a wicket around the corner. Yeah.
Slightly shorter in length. Onto the back foot, punches it towards. And, well, poor fielding. Should have been just a 1 run, but they will take the second one also quite easily. 7 overs completed, 83 for 2 TVS. Faris Faisal, Chinaman bowler, and good ploy spinners being put into action in tandem from both the ends. Shorter one outside the off stump, cut away, long chase for sweeper cover, misfield, 4 runs.
The Lions do not want to give out easy runs. They don't want to, after the onslaught, after the opening onslaught, they need to ensure that they control those runs, which could have been a single, however gave away 3 runs.
Much better line. Around middle and leg stick, pushed away with soft hands, looking for the second. This could be close. Had that been directed, but wasn't. Good thing about these two batters is that they are putting pressure on deep fielders by converting that single into double. That's what you need to do when you're not getting boundaries.
A big contrast from the first game we saw today, where opportunities for taking the second run was not capitalized on. Pushing for a single, but no single there.
Getting back to his mojo is Faris. Bowled a wayward line. The first delivery that was dispatched towards point cover region. Slightly fuller outside the off stump. Driven with the turn. I think that will be a great move to keep short extra cover or short cover and bowl those loopy deliveries outside the off stump, because he has got those wrong ones which he can effectively use against these two batters.
See, both these batters also have the same intent as the openers. There could be a chance where they could get 1 wicket. Settling for a single here.
Still the projected score is about 200, the way they are going at this stage. I think they will definitely try to keep that momentum going in their favor. And slightly shorter in length, cut away for a single. And Nasser will retain strike. 8 overs gone, 92 for 2 vision shipping. Anwar will continue from the college, and this one being Hoyt. Has it got the distance? Fielder coming underneath. He puts it down. There was a chance. Goes down begging.
Tough chances. It's up in the night sky. You've got floodlights around. He had to run around all the way from the deep mid-wicket region. Just couldn't get right underneath that. But these are important catches. There could have been 2 wickets if those catches would have been taken.
This time opens the face of the bat just for a single. You're right. You have to grab those. Looking at this juncture, when you have lost your in-form openers, and Nasser and Javed, they are new to the crease, and if you can get 1 or 2 more wickets at this juncture, then definitely vision shipping will be on the back foot. But look at that projected score. Still they are getting 7 to 8 runs every over.
You always see a boundary or 2 in every over. This one swept to square leg for a single.
Intent is pretty clear from Nasser and Javed. They are looking to score boundaries. They are trying to manufacture shots, unlike what we saw in the previous game, where they were very defensive while batting first. This one looks close, but umpire says no.
This ball scared. It looks like it could just be missing the leg stump. That's a good decision right there. That's a good decision. Usually happens when you know that you've given away a lot of runs. You go to appeal for every other delivery that hits the pads, and just waiting for the umpire to raise the finger. You never know. There is a lot of pressure on umpires too. I've been in that role before, and it's not a very easy job. We see umpires here are doing a very good job here. Down the wicket, hitting the bottom of the bat.
Umpiring standards have been top notch in this tournament. You have to give credit to the umpires. It's a tiring job. Okay, and a quicker delivery outside the off stump, played it towards point. Not for any runs. Good over this from Anwar. 9 overs gone, 96 for 2 vision shipping. Anwar, beg your pardon, Forrest will continue. First delivery, slightly full outside the off-stump, straight to the fielder. Bowling full length deliveries to Javed and Nasir. I still believe you need to toss the ball up. Let them take that risk.
That's right up in the air. And that's gone right over the ADIB Warriors Oval side screen. That ball has disappeared. Another 6 for TVS.
And with that, Biggie, 100 comes up for Vision Shipping. Remember, we're not even halfway through. 4 more deliveries to be bowled. We'll have to check his line, check his length.
I like the cameraman's confidence right above the side screen. He did not move an inch.
He's brave. And let's also give credit to the video journalists. They're doing some magnificent job. Trying to be Surya Kumar on that occasion. Was full outside the off stump. Sweep come scoop coming in from the batsman. Just a single.
He played it smart though. He did not try to go over the top. Just swept it across for a single. And that's another attempt for a slog sweep. Ball goes straight back to the keeper.
Still, this is an expensive over. 7 runs coming off Faris over. Again, wayward line. I think it's very difficult to grip the ball. Due factor coming into picture. You have to work really hard. You have to practice really hard. Again, in the arc. Hasn't got the distance. Fielder coming underneath. And drops another one. It's a common sight. Not for the first time. For the second time we are seeing this.
This doesn't look good for the Lions. They've been given these opportunities. These catches don't come often, but at this point they are, and these need to be grabbed onto.
Wakas was the fielder on that occasion. 10 overs completed. Vision Shipping 105 for 2.
Faris continuing his last over. I beg your pardon, it's Anwar. And they run for a single. Sloppy fielding there. Once again.
Anwar is not at all happy. And he has got all the rights to be, because he has bowled a good line, good length. And then when that happened on the field, not a happy sight. Vision Shipping, remember, they have a very strong batting lineup. Again, slightly shorter in length, cut away, long chase for sweeper cover. So the throw comes in, 2 runs for Javed.
Yes, you can see that. You can see Anwar is wiping the ball. Definitely a due factor has come into play. And that was just over the cover fielder. They go for 2 and they get home comfortably. There was a chance, it wasn't an easy one. However, there were many chances before that were not taken.
He goes inside the 30-yard circle. Again, 5 runs of first 3 deliveries. Can he get a boundary? Oh, this one on the off stick. Inner half of the bat was in contact. We'll be getting a single on that occasion.
Two more deliveries to go. And Anwar's over. If he can keep that tight. And he's launched again into it, right onto the ICCA Academy glass windows there for another 6.
This has been a common sight. You bowl 4 good deliveries and the batsman will find and manufacture one and get a boundary. Brilliant shot. He adjusted his position, caught to the pitch of the ball and banged it over that long on region for 6.
A short right back past the bowler for 4. Not the way that Anwar would like to end his spell. And TVS now are at 121 for 2 after 11 overs. TVS at 121 for 2. There's been a bowling change. Amin comes into bowl for the Lions, and we also have a change in the commentary box. Neil Oja is back from his well-deserved break.
Thank you so much, Eldon. Well, yeah, you guys took care of everything that was required, so I could take a break, make some calls, get the work rolling for tomorrow. Tomorrow at this very same venue, we'll be expecting Dwayne Bravo to come in to participate for the Dubai Fitness Challenge for ILT20. He's gone big and maximum straight onto the side screen. The runs are coming thick and heavy and fast.
Again, another 6. It's been a treat to watch TVS launch into those 6s every other over. And Neil, as you mentioned, Dwayne Bravo is going to be here tomorrow. He's probably one of the fittest cricketers that we've seen in the modern day. There's another one. Is that going to go all the way? Another 6.
Well, back-to-back 6s there for Javed, and that'll bring up 50 partnership for these two. 53 runs partnership has come in really quick time. The projected score now 232. 31 balls for this 53 run partnership. Both have done really well. Drill it all along the carpet. We'll get a single.
Projected score has not dropped under 200. They've been going at the same rate ever since the first ball has been bowled. It's 2 wickets down, 134. We're looking at a big one today. Another one. This is high up in the air. Is this going to be taken? Finally, we have one that has been taken at long on. And Nasser goes for a well-deserved 23. Another impact player goes for 23 of just 16 deliveries. He's done his job. No complaints. He's created that impact that was required. TVS now are at 134 for 3 after 11.4 overs.
Cut away beautifully, very first delivery. Where is it going? Fielder will cut it, will just be a single, and Fayaz will open his account and get onto the non-striking end. Javed, on the other hand, has been striking those mighty blows. 29 of 16 is almost going at 280, rather 180 strike rate. One last delivery of the over. Will be a single, and that should be the over. 12 gone. It's 136 for 3. Faris comes in, very first delivery. Dragged towards the long on region will be a single. The man in the background there, in that white kandura, is Faris's father. Very, very supportive. He himself plays some cricket. Here to support his lad.
The last over when that was a miss by the wicket keeper. We got to wait for the umpire signal. Is that a bye? It is a bye. Faris would have been very upset if that was an edge that was not taken. Those are regulation takes by the wicket keeper. It's not an easy job being a wicket keeper, but those should not be missed.
Well, yeah, got a wicket keeper saying that. Mind you, he's a little harsh on his fellow wicket keepers. But then, yeah, that is a tough task, isn't it, Eldon? You've been a wicket keeper.
Yes, Neil, and you know all about it on our tour to England, where we played some 40 over, 25 over games. It's not an easy job.
Well, yeah, I also doubled up as your physio.
Absolutely, I'm glad those cramps only came after our last game.
Ball staying a little low this time. Will be a single. What I like about Faris's bowling is that he varies his length, he varies his pace, and that's a good sign of a young spinner. He's a tall, lanky lad, gets the ball to come in from a very good height. This time bowled a little quicker, pushing through the air, wide nonetheless, but I like what he's doing.
Absolutely, this could be one of those deliveries where he's tempted the batsman to go for it. It's quite possible on a wide delivery you could get that wicket, but this one's launched again. It's going towards the boundary, but our mid-wicket fielder would not get to it. That's another boundary for Fayaz. He's come with that intent that he wants to score quick.
You're right. The mid-wicket fielder was a little fine. Couldn't really reach there. Now doing the fine tuning. The square leg fielder has been brought in a little squarish. He'll do the job now to stop the batters from getting anything more than that. That's just a single. And that's the over. 13 gone, 149 for 3.
Vijay, the new bowler into the attack from school end. Flighted delivery, swept to mid-wicket, or rather square leg for a single.
Brings up the 150 for TVSL. Has come in quick time, going at 11 and a half. 150 for 3. Tossed up down the leg side, erring in line. Wide ball. Vijay has been given the responsibility, and not every time a spinner comes in can he control the ball from the very beginning. Oh, there's a chance. That is a chance. Faraz is not happy. This should have been taken. Oh, the look on his face tells you the story. Tossed up and straight. Put in a good effort, but these days these catches should be taken, Eldon.
You're right, Neil. But again, we got to give it 100% for his effort. Faiz puts in the dive, keeps shipping to just 1 run. We see Faris putting in that effort. The last time I saw that a catch was dropped off his bowling, his dad was, he had his hands on his head. That's a full toss, and that's just gone a distance.
Well, yeah, it's gone on the other end. The spectators who are sitting in the balcony are saying the story that, listen, go and fetch it from the other ground. Maximum there. These guys are hitting these balls out of the orbit. A little more and it would have had enough wings to maybe reach the moon.
I'm glad the spectators were looking on this side of the ground, or someone would have had to be taken off. It's 159 for 3, 13.4 overs.
Vijay will come into bowl again. Been taken for 10 runs. Tossed up delivery, flat batted straight. It bounced straight front of the fielder. Will just be a single. The long on fielder was in two minds whether to stay put at the back, let the ball come to him, or attack the ball. Did a wise call of saying that.
I agree, Neil. Sometimes in excitement, we have fielders come right at the ball, thinking they'll make it to the catch, and that's a poor delivery. Down the leg side, guided along down to find leg for 4.
A boundary to end the over. 14 gone, 164 for 3. Oh, how unlucky has Faris been? How unlucky has Faris been? The wicketkeeper gets up a little too early, and the under edge goes between his legs. See, his hands came in a little too early, I think.
I don't blame the keeper here.
Oh, look at that. Spoken like a true wicketkeeper again. A spinner will always blame the keeper, Eldon.
Wicket keepers always have a justification as to why they missed the ball.
Well, I kind of agree, but I feel for Faris. He's been taken, and this time, maximum. That'll bring up Javed's half century. Javed reaches his 50. I don't know if he's realized it. Someone tell him. He needs to celebrate. He needs to put his bat up. Acknowledge the fact that he's reached his half century.
I don't hear his team even cheering.
Probably it's like an everyday thing. He scores runs every day. Doesn't matter if you don't cheer him. Faris gets him. Going across the line. This one straightened, and Faris celebrates.
Celebrates right in front of his dad there. His dad's going to be a happy man. A very proud father seeing his son take a wicket. Imran Javed scoring a 50 of just 25 balls. TVS is 174 for 4 after 14.3.
इधर ऊपर है इसलिए
Faris to continue. And that's gone again out of the park for another 6.
Nadeem continues where Javed left from. Very first delivery, smacked it for a max. That's a poor delivery, I can tell you that. Full in the slot. And Nadeem is a kind of beast when it comes to hitting these big shots.
13 sixes and 12 fours.
12 so far?
Yeah.
13 sixes, 12 fours so far. Can we add one more to that list? Yes, we can. Make that 14 sixes. 14 sixes in 14.5 overs. It's almost like having a 6 coming in every single over.
It looks like we are having a 6 coming every other ball right now. These are back-to-back hits.
22 runs so far. 22 runs so far. 22.
22 runs in this over so far. Can he finish this off with a dot? Swept away fine, and that ends the over with a 4. TVS 190 for 4 after 15 overs.
Shahnawaz comes in. 2 overs, 22 he's given. Picked up a wicket. The last 5 overs, 85 runs were scored. And they continue. This is up in the air. Chance. No. Drops dead. Just be a single there. .23 for 1 in his 2.1 overs. Faris ended up giving 53 runs in his 4, and Srijit joins me. Welcome, Srijit.
Good evening, Neil, and good evening to all our viewers. What a shot that! Shot wide outside the off stump. This has been a picture every over that we are witnessing. Couple of steps towards onside and then plays it in the gap.
Smiling at 500 strike rate. 500 strike rate. 420.
And playing at a strike rate of 500. And this is not for the first time that we are seeing vision shipping batters dominating in this tournament. Slightly fuller in the air towards the right of that extra cover fielder. Another boundary.
Nadeem is dealing in boundaries and only boundaries. 24 runs in 5 deliveries.
277 is highest time.
75.
277. 277
Beautifully done.
This round.
This tournament, the highest team total is 277. Can they surpass that? Srijit, would you want to see a run fest like that again? Would you want to see TVSL getting ahead of that mammoth 277?
Well, I personally want them to score 270, plus at the same time I want the opposition to give a good fight. This one has been launched over, long on for 6.
He's maintaining his strike rate of 500. 30 of 6 deliveries.
What a shot. Wherever you bowl, they have an answer. Played it over, long on. 200 comes up with that biggie from Nadeem's bat. Look at the figures. Look at that projected score. You can't set a field for that kind of shot. Long on, long off, patrolling the fence. Deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg. As Nawaz comes in and bowls again, a loopy delivery. Result the same, I believe. It's in the air and over the mid wicket fence for 6.
He's entertaining us for sure. 36 of 7 deliveries. I remember a certain Yuvraj Singh had scored 36 in 6. He's got 36 in 7. And maybe he's chasing that fastest 50 target. The fastest 50 by Yuvraj Singh is in 12 deliveries. Drill straight down. That will be a single. Can he beat that record? 15-12 by Yuvraj Singh. That was the 2007 World Cup.
We'll talk about that surely. Yes, the way they are going. 16 overs completed, 212 for 4.
Nadeem is on strike, 37 of 8. Low full toss, straight to the fielder. Now I think that record of Yuvraj Singh maybe is this out of reach. Not completely though, still requires 12 in 3 deliveries. Doable, he can do it in 2 if he gets strike, Nadeem, and that's what he would be aiming for. He's entertaining us for sure, I can tell you that.
Without any doubt. He's trying to hit each and every delivery out of the park. This one in the arc, it's in the air, but falls short of the fielder at long on. Right move by removing spinners out of the equation. But again, they need to bowl in right areas, the fast bowlers. You can't err in line because these two batters are like raging bulls. They won't spare you.
Take the pace off the ball. Don't give him those pacey deliveries. Nadeem can strike hard. He can strike big. All along the carpet this time. Just a single. He wouldn't like it, I can tell you that. He was eyeing that record. He was trying to get there really quick and hard. Now in 10 balls, he's reached 39. Still going at a 390 strike rate. At one point, he was going at 500. 6 balls, 30. That's where he was.
And was going berserk against the spinners. Shocker length delivery up in the air. I'll get a single. In a half of the bat was in contact. Ricochets to the boot. 216 runs on board. Has been a silent over so far. Just 4 singles.
You're right, from the context of the game, definitely a very good over by Salim. Just 4 singles. His previous 2 had given 24. Was expensive, but has come back really good. Nadeem on strike. This time has gone in the gap and will be a boundary. 43 of 11. Oh, I can tell you that this man is doing it so well, entertaining us gorgeously. Okay, so that was some drama.
Slow one. Hoik did towards onside and over the mid-wicket fence for 6.
That'll be 49 of 12. Not the 50 of 12 that we were talking about. Like a certain Yuvraj Singh. Didn't really get there. Close enough. Close enough. 17 gone, 226 for 4. Shahnawaz onto the hair tie pad there of Fayaz. Nadeem, who wants a strike, he scrambles away, he said, I don't care, listen, I'm coming, there's a spinner on attack. And he would want to take charge. Shahnawaz has also given 44 in 3.1 overs. Nadeem, 1 hit away from his half century. And that will be it. Oh, he misses it there. 4 runs, a boundary to get to a half century. He's come in good time. Just 13 deliveries. The fastest of the tournament. 1 ball less and would have been equaling the fastest in the world.
Played really well, Mohammad Nadeem. Look at that strike rate. Bar 400. And he'll definitely look to finish it off really well. This one again over the long on fence for 6.
He's not keeping quiet today. Just go and find out what did he have for breakfast. 59 of 14. Now, from what it looks like, if Nadeem keeps going like this, 277 is definitely doable. 13.5 and over. Shahnawaz has crossed his half century.
Remember bowling his final over. This one slightly quicker outside the off-turn, result the same, but towards the extra cover. What a shot that! Very strong on and off the field. What a shot! Look at that. Cleared his front leg, opened the face of the bat, and played it over.
7, 6 and 5 4 runs.
243 on board.
.65 of 15 for Nadeem. A newer, harder ball, and what does happen to that? Go and fetch it out from the school. Maximum. He's dealing only in sixes. That's the only way he knows how to play. That's what it looks like. 3 sixes on the trot. Hat trick.
They tried everything, quicker, loopy deliveries, but result the same, out of the park. And especially this man on your screen, Nadeem, batted really well. He was demoted today, but the result is same. 26 is to his name total in this tournament. Beg your pardon, in this innings. And definitely he would love to increase it. Still we have 2 more overs.
Drill it down straight. Fielder will field it. Will just be a single, and that'll be the end of the over. 18 gone. 250 for TVSL for 4. We've been fed by a lot of stats coming in from our statisticians. Last 8 overs, 145 runs have come in. Last 3 overs, 60 runs. Nadeem is on strike, 72 of 17. He's going at an insane pace. Salim, last over, ended up giving 14 on his previous. Nadeem is going for the second. The very long boundary, and he will come through. The wicketkeeper is not happy, probably expected a better throw.
And result of that is that the backward point has been pushed to the same position. He's not happy with what happened. in the previous delivery. Look at that. Sloppy throw. And Faraz has been sent to that particular position. Swing and a miss. Rare sight that, especially when Nadeem is batting.
You're right. The first dot ball that he's faced, you've only seen him hitting those big ones. What a phenomenal knock. 252 on board, going at 13.7, but this man is incredible. This is a 78 run partnership, of which 74 have come from Nadeem. You can see how unidimensional this partnership has been. Again, shot ball up in the air. Is there someone to stop that? Oh, the ball will teasingly go over the fence. 4 runs.
Brilliant shot that. He knew that there was no protection in the deep. Opens the face of the bat and uses the pace of the bowler and plays it over for 4. Magnificent shot that. Normally we have seen him play towards onside, extra cover. Now we have seen that towards the third man region.
With that boundary, the team total has become the second highest in the tournament. Where did he dig that out from? That's gone flying. Humongous 6. 84 for Nadeem now. No one can stop him today. Ask him to go and get a lottery. He'll probably win that as well.
Was that a helicopter? That clearly goes on to show the power that he possesses in his bottom hand. 84 runs with that biggie. 12 runs already conceded by Salim, and 50 comes up for Salim as well.
'84 of 21. He's picked it up from outside off. 2 fielders trying to run underneath. Will they be able to take it? He's dropped it. Shahnawaz, what have you done? He ran in hard, did all the hard work, got underneath the ball. But I can tell you one thing, the power with which he hit that ball was huge. He hadn't timed it well. It was a bottom edge. Oh my God. This man is playing some insane amount of hard-hitting cricket. Fayaz. Dot ball to end the over, and that should be 19 gone. 263 for 4.
Copy.
19 overs gone, 263 for 4. Naveed will be brought into attack. Is he the scapegoat to bowl the last over of the innings, which has gone for a plenty? 263. He's gone big. How big is that? 6 on the very first delivery. Nadeem knows a thing or two about going against the spinners, and he's done it. He's 9 away from what could be his century. He could be the fastest to reach that. Mind you, the fastest centurions in T20 international cricket are David Miller, who scored a century in 35 balls. There's Rohit Sharma, who scored a century in 35 balls against Sri Lanka. Miller did it against Bangladesh. And today, we might just experience something as phenomenal. 9 away.
Full toss. Has he timed it? Yes, he has. Over long on. Flat 6. Back-to-back 6s from Nadeem. Just 3 runs away from that magnificent century. We saw Syed Haider Wasi Shah scoring one yesterday, and now this would be from Nadeem. We'll have to wait and watch.
Up in the air. Where has it gone? There's a shout, there's a cheer, and look at that. Nadeem gets his century, and in a fabulous time. 25 deliveries to his century. The world international highest, or the quickest century is in 35 deliveries. He's done it in 25. 10 balls short, 10 balls lesser than David Miller, 10 balls lesser than Rohit Sharma. Take a bow, Nadeem. You've entertained us. What a fantastic knock. Triple sixes to reach to his century, and he's done it in style.
Kamad Diya, Kamad the man. What an innings this from Nadeem. And people, they have really enjoyed his innings. 281 runs on board. As said, he normally bats at number 4. He was demoted and got a century. This time, switch it and result the same. 4 runs. What a shot.
6.
It's not. Well, it's a 6. Well, what is happening here?
This is insane. This is insane. Now 2 more deliveries. Can he hit 6 sixes? Can he do that? I can tell you he has the potential to do that. Naveed is not the most sharp bowlers. Time for a 6. That's a wide delivery. Oh yeah, that's a wide. So the clock resets. 300 possible. 288 on board. If he hits 2 sixes, it could be 300. Oh, what a delivery there. Nadeem is showing how the ball just dipped in. This might just be an anti-climax, I tell you. But the last ball is still there. Can we see a big one? It's all for entertainment, but I'm feeling really poor for bad for Naveed. Nadeem, last ball. And a dot ball. It's an anti-climax of all sorts, but we've been entertained, Srijit, haven't we?
Without any doubt. And this is tournament best, I would say. 288 for the loss of 4 wickets. 109. And what an innings from this man on your screen. He entertained everyone right from the very first delivery. His intent was pretty clear. And he had a chance to beat that fastest half century also, but he couldn't. But look at that. Batting card 52 from Ubaid, 50 from Imran, and 28 deliveries, 109. Unbeaten knock that from Mohammad Nadeem. What else you want?
Absolutely. Last 5 overs going for 98 runs. Look at those economies. Barring Mohammad Anwar Khan, who went for 9, everyone in double digits. Mohammad Naveed there, 25, 20, that economy for Waqas Tariq. I feel really bad for every bowler who had to go out. They didn't really have a field day. They lost 2 wickets at 80, but after that, it was the Nadeem show. 288 for 4, tournament highest. And when the Lions come into bat, they'll have to score 289 to win 120 deliveries. Yes, you read it right. It's not an ODI, it's not a one-day game, it's not a 50-over game, it's just a 20-over game. 289 at a required run of 14.45. We'll come back and take it through the chase.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SkyExchange.net presents ICCA Arabian Cricket League powered by Fan Code. What an encounter this. 289 is the target set by Vision Shipping. I'm Srijit, and joining me in the comm box is Eldin. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, Srijit. We've been entertained well in the first innings. Asif Iftikhar starting the first over, bowling a wide. First innings, all we saw was fireworks from our batsmen.
Absolutely non-stop firework. 288 for 4, and contribution from Nadeem immense. Stationed at wide-ish mid-off. This one slightly outside the off stump, played it with soft hands and off for a quick single. What should be IIL strategy now, because there's a psychological pressure you normally have when you have 180, 190 on board, but this is 289.
I'm wondering what the talk in the dressing room would have been during our mid-innings break. If they are, looks like there is an intent there. Scramble for a single, it's overthrow, but they decide to settle for one.
You need that intent, not to look at the scoreboard, just play your natural game and get those boundaries. They need to make sure that power play, they capitalize onto that one. They get 80-90 runs in that particular period. Way outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire.
Lions would require a similar performance like Nadeem to at least get close to that total, if not even cross that. It's a mammoth total. There is going to be pressure on the batsmen, and here they've been treated with some wides early on. Not the kind of start that TVS would be looking for. They would want to wrap this up quickly and get on their way home.
Absolutely. Bowl wicket to wicket. Let them take that risk, because they need to score at 15, almost 15 runs per over. Slightly fuller, played it in the way, 4 runs.
That went like a tracer bullet.
Absolutely. Was around that middle and leg stick. The ways of action with the non-striker batsman was hit with some power. Slip fielder comes in, and again wide outside the off stump. What is he trying to do?
It seems TVS may be trying out different options here, trying to give quite possibly the long, and that's a boundary. Pierce the cover field, no chance for long off. That was a good shot. 2 welcome boundaries in the first over. Lions are already on 14. They should be happy about the start, and they would hope to continue with this, with the same momentum in the next few overs as well.
Without any doubt, they got the momentum. They got 14 runs. They still have 2 legitimate deliveries in this over. This time in the air, but protection in the deep, just a single. They'll be happy. They have to build an innings phase by phase. First, they need to see off those first 6 overs without losing any wicket. Put that pressure on the opposition. This time goes aerial, and what a take! Faraz, the fielder at mid-on, was moving towards his right. Nasir Faraz, look at that. Loopy delivery, was in the air, and excellent take.
Waqas goes for just one run of 2 deliveries. Lions are now 15 for 1 wicket after the first over. Rohit introducing the attack. Lions are 15 for 1. They've achieved their per over run rate. If they want to continue, they need to up the ante here. Rohit coming in from the school end, left arm over the wicket, and here he comes running in, and that's a good delivery. No room, but they scramble for a single. They steal a single there. Good running. Lions need to keep the momentum up, ensure that the singles are not missed out on.
Nice smooth action from Rohit, and the first delivery that he bowled was spot on around that off stump. Because from there to score runs is very difficult. You can just nudge it around and get those singles. Junaid Javo, for the very first time in the innings, will be facing a ball, slip in place, swinging in. Good work done by the wicketkeeper.
Rohit getting slight bit of movement there. Angling down the leg side. Good stop by the wicketkeeper. Those aren't easy because that was keeping low there.
I just want to know from you, especially when someone like Mohammad Amir is bowling in English conditions where ball is swinging, how you judge, especially if it is bowled around middle and leg stick and it's moving away, and also in English conditions, the late movement, how you judge and how you collect, how easy or difficult it is?
You ask me about as a wicket keeper, right?
Yeah.
All you got to do is stay low. Because in English conditions, you can either see that the ball would nip right off the surface, you get a good carry, or you can angle in. Well, when Matthew Hoggart was here in Dubai, that boy was able to swing right from middle stump, right onto first slip. And those takes aren't easy.
Absolutely not. Played it with a straight bat, not for any runs. This lad is getting some movement off the surface. Just that if he can bowl full outside the off stump. Remember the previous delivery which was wide, but it was good shape. That's the areas that you need to select and bowl. Full outside the off stump once again, bowling full, inviting the batsman to come onto the front foot. It's really difficult for IL batters to find the gap. They're not able to find. Good thinking, good bowling by TVS bowlers.
TVS bowlers frustrating the Lions here. Lions getting it in the middle of the bat, just not able to find the gaps. And that's flicked onto the leg side. That'll run away for 4. It's a good shot. Right in between mid-wicket and long on.
Straight in line and got the treatment from Hasib. It was full around that mid-line leg stick. Look at that position. He cleared his front leg and right from the middle of the blade towards the right of that short fielder, stationed next to that leg umpire. You have to take risk, and I think Hasib is doing that. But at the same time, you are creating an opportunity for the opposition. Just 6 runs off this over. They need to get a boundary.
Oh, that's an inside edge. Looking to heave that over mid-wicket or mid-on. Getting the edge and a single. It's 2 overs, 23 for 1. Lions on the way.
Asif will continue from the academy end. Now there's no slip fielder for the right-handed Hasib. There's backward point. There's deep extra cover. There's extra cover. Mid-off. As we speak, Asif gets ready to bowl the first delivery. Slightly fuller. Flicked it towards onside. No chance for a mid-wicket fielder. 4 runs.
Takes it on the full and gets it right past the mid-wicket fielder. Ball's traveling. There's enough dew on the field right now, and that should definitely help the batsman getting the ball along the carpet. Still 262 runs required from 107 balls. There's a mammoth task ahead for the Lions. Asif comes into ball. Cut away into the gap. That's a great shot.
He knew exactly where the fielders were. Third one up in the circle, backward point inside the ring. He waited on the back foot and opens the face of the bat to get that gap, get that timing. Perfect shot. Back-to-back boundaries for Hasib.
Hasib during the toss mentioned that TVS is a very strong team, and we would look at this game more of a practice game than an intent to win. But I don't see that in Hasib. Hasib looks like he wants to win the game. Watchful there.
He thought it would be a wide, but it wasn't the case. An excellent delivery. Asif, his first over was very expensive. Second over also conceded 8 runs. He's picked up a wicket. Very successful in breaking that partnership. Slightly fuller. I don't know he's appealing for what. He'll be getting a single. Hits him on the pad. All eyes on the umpire. Yes, it's a leg bye. They need runs. Not only Hasib but Zunaid will also have to score runs. Have to make sure that these two batters are batting at a decent, good pace. Otherwise, to get to this gigantic target of 289 would be very, very difficult.
That's right, Srijit. Contribution should not only be from one batter. It's a team game. Junaid needs to support Hasib equally if they want to even get close to that target. TVS did that. They had quite a few contributions. And then an onslaught from Nadeem. Watched it all the way to the keeper's hands.
You're right, they batted with an intent. If you look at first 6 overs, the way vision shipping batters batted, the opening pair gave them a flying start. They got out after that, and then came Nadeem. There was middle order. They were very strong, and Nadeem usually bats at number 4, but he was pushed down. We'll talk about that. 3 overs gone, 33 for 1 IIL.
Rohit back in the attack from school end. Running in fast, and that's right in the block hole. Looks like an inside edge. Getting that late movement.
As quick arm action, Rohit, and initial trigger movement reminds me of Ashish Nehra, the way he runs. And then he shifts his action to Mohammad Asif. Beg your pardon, Mohammad Amir, the left arm seamer. And also he's asking some serious questions. He's bowling full. This one back of leg delivery. Wide signal by the umpire.
I see a good bouncer. Checking to see if Hasib would go for it. He has protection down to deep mid wicket.
Good thinking by Rohit. Bowl full and then back of leg delivery. Much better line, pushing the batsman onto the back foot. We have seen that from many bowlers. Classy bowlers bowling couple of back of leg deliveries, and all of a sudden a surprising full throttle yorker coming in.
Rohit steaming in. Oh, it's a slightly slower one to the mid wicket fielder.
It's not that easy to play shots against Rohit, who is very quick. He's an intelligent bowler. He's mixing his line, mixing his length really well. And also we have that advantage of 289. thanks to Hamid and team.
That held its line. Went straight back past the bat to the keeper. He is mixing it up. That's a sign of a very good bowler there.
It's a tricky line too. Bowling that line slightly outside the off stump, angling away. And also remember, he's swinging the ball into the right-handed. So if he can bowl a couple of deliveries in that particular line, around that corridor of uncertainty.
Oh, that just bounced right off the surface. But played well in the end, down to third man. See, Rohit has been mixing this up. Even though he knows that the score is a big one, but the effort remains the same. He wants to get those wickets. He wants to finish it early. He's not giving the batsman any room. Junaid has been struggling a bit in getting that room outside the off stump. Rohit's not giving him any chance. That's a slower one. And they steal a single. That's the end of the over. 37 for 1 after 4 overs. Asif gets another over. Coming into bowl. That's smacked right over the covers. Sweeper cover in play. And he settles for a single.
Bowling his third over. Very expensive, but he will have to make sure that he's bowling in areas which will trouble the batters. So far, we haven't seen that. Full toss, up in the air, and well, was there a chance? But we'll get a boundary for sure. There was an attempt from the fielder. Look at that. Couldn't really time it. No stopping that. 4 runs.
Maybe if he was tall as Kieran Pollard, that would have gone right down his throat.
Comes down the track, opens the face of the blade, and no chance for a sweeper cover there. 4 runs, back-to-back boundaries. And we were talking about Junaid. Now he is batting on 9. Another expensive one from Asif.
They're going after the bad deliveries here. They weren't able to get after Rohit, but they're definitely getting after Asif here.
Still we are in the power play period. Again a slow one, heaved it towards onside, in the gap for more.
That brings the 50 up for the Lions in quick time. Just 4.4 overs. They're going to make sure they make complete use of the power play.
But still the current run rate is 10.71. They need to increase. Shot, swing and a miss. He knew that there was a big gap between point and extra cover. Look at the offside field. 3 fielders. backward point cover is deep cover and mid off. Good looking drive, but straight too long off for a single. Junaid will retain strike. 5 overs gone, 51 for 1 IL.
After 5 overs, Lions are 51 for 5. There's a change in the bowling and also a change in the commentary box. Welcome back, Neil.
Thank you so much, Eldon. Mohammad Nadeem batted like he was possessed. Now given the responsibility with the ball. Starts with a dot ball. 125 deliveries. What a phenomenal knock we've experienced today.
He was a treat to watch. Fireworks all around. If anyone's missed that, oh, that's a poor delivery. Down the leg side and into the fine leg boundary for 4.
Well, yeah, you err in line, you'll be punished, and that's the line that you should not be bowling. The outfield is nice and quick. Ball is traveling. Yeah, much better, much better.
They keep the offside line. It is going to be difficult to score. Again, another one on the leg side. Poor delivery by Nadeem. Another boundary. Not a very good start for Nadeem in his very first over.
Yeah, trying to play it in the fine leg area, knowing that the fine leg is inside. It's just criminal to bowl that line. Probably want to keep that fine leg field at the boundary. If you're going to persist with that line.
That's the better one. Jawad would definitely want to get this over and done with. He would want 10 wickets here, Neil.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. To finish it off and with sheer dominance. Dot ball again. And that'll be the over. Quickly completes his over. 6 gone, 59 for 1.
After 6 overs, Lions are 59. And Asif gets a bowl. He gets to bowl his last over. Straight played down to cover.
Beats me though. 38 is given. And the captain is persisting. If they didn't have those many runs on board, they definitely would have made those changes a little too early. Poor delivery and punished rightly. Width on offer.
Jawad would not be happy about this. He would want his bowlers to get those wickets, finish this game off. After scoring a big total, you don't want the opposition to play full 20 overs and you're not getting 10 wickets. I would look at it as, if I was a captain, I would look at it as a loss.
I agree completely with you on this. Swept him from wide outside off the ball. Will be fielded by Fayaz. Junaid will come on strike now. Haseeb 32 of 21. Junaid 22 of 16. How many more can they get of his last 3 deliveries? Oh, he's gone big. This is humongous. A maximum coming in.
Full swing of the bat, right above the side screen. I'm surprised the glass window at the ICC Academy still stays.
It's been tested many a times, but yeah, you're right, it stayed.
I'm sure they've gone through some rigorous testing before they had the structure up.
Yeah, looks like they called in Nadeem to try and wax him, and if it passes the Nadeem test, then yeah.
No better person to do that test. That's another one. Over long off for another 6. Asif has already gone for 55. Lions are 76 in just under 7 overs. One more legal delivery left. Can Asif produce a dot ball, or are we going to see that also flying over the rope?
I would want to ask that question to the captain, and I'm extremely serious when I say that. That in any other circumstances, when he was either playing against maybe a tougher opponent or maybe didn't have too many runs to defend, would he continue with Asif knowing what he has done in the first 2 overs?
I completely agree with you, Neil. Sometimes these things can even backfire on you. Even if you're trying to test it out because you have a big score, complacency can really get you hard.
Full toss and maximum. You're talking about it. 3 sixes in a row, and Asif completes his spell. Ends up giving 61 runs. Is he the most expensive bowler today? Maybe. 82 for 1 after 7. Oh, that's an edge. That's an outside edge. No chance for the keeper. Big deflection. Roll to the boundary for 4. Well, a boundary coming in. And I would say a streaky boundary, but then they all count. No one's going to tell you how it came. They'll all remember that a boundary was scored off the willow. Haseeb 36 of 22. Junaid 40 of 19. 71 run partnership coming off 37 deliveries, making room, and the bowler followed him. Single.
Haseeb's already on 37, but Junaid has crossed. He's gone to 40 right now. At one time, Hasib was around the 25 mark and Junaid had just scored a single. Junaid has picked up really well. As I said earlier, you always require support from your teammate, from your partner at the other end.
Now the leg side will be a wide. See, this is where you lose momentum. I know that TVSL is a very big team. We all know that they have it in them to do and complete this very clinically, and that's what they do. A catch taken there, and that should be the end of yet another wicket. The Lions lose their second. Not in the position. The ball took time to reach onto his bat, and that is it. 88 for 2.
Copy.
Nadeem, after scoring that massive century, is now amongst wickets too as Mohammad Anwar Khan comes in. Punch it down. Will be a dot ball.
That was a quicker delivery to the incoming batsman. Anwar playing his first delivery straight back past the bowler to mid-off. And again straying down the leg side. Every time Nadeem has strayed down the leg side, he's gone for runs. It's end of the over. It's 99 for 2 after 8.
92 for 2.
I beg your pardon, 92 for 2 after 8.
Ikram Jajua, he's been handed over the responsibility as Asif had finished his quota of bowling 4, and now it's going to be interesting to see how they would want to just rattle this batting attack wide. 196 required of 72.
Another 4 overs. If they are able to get at least around 50 runs, we could see a game on. Unless we have one of the non-regular bowlers coming through to bowl, giving the Lions a chance. That's smacked through the cover for 4.
Beautifully done there. There was a fielder, Nadeem was there, but it went through him. These are those classic textbook shots that you love watching. You can watch it again and again on replay.
It's always a treat to watch cover drive. Talking about cover drive, it's one man, the highest run getter in the T20 World Cup. Kids have posters in their bedrooms with a Virat Kohli cover drive with the MRF logo on it.
Till the time you said that highest run getter in the World Cup, I thought you were talking about me. Beautifully done there. Is there a chance to cut it? No, Jawad Ghani will fail. That's a boundary.
Yes, Neil. Quite possible they have your poster in their bedrooms too.
Yeah, not with the MRF bat.
No
Yeah.
worries, we can get a sticker for you.
Got the sticker and maybe a couple of checks from MRF saying, hey Neil, play with that. 101.
Top edge. That'll run away for 4. Unlucky for the bowler. That was a good delivery.
What is really interesting is that Haseeb is not stopping. He's at it. 3 boundaries back to back. Barring this one, the previous 2 deliveries, the previous 2 shots were absolutely clean. Beautifully played. 45 for him. Current run rate 12.35. 49 in fact for him. 1 hit away from his half century. And he does it with soft hands. 50 for Haseeb in this chase.
Well deserved 50. He scored that in quick time at a strike rate of 185 and with 10 boundaries. Haseeb, during the toss, mentioned that it would be more of a practice match. He's getting his well deserved practice. Looks like he wants to take lines over the line.
For that, he'll have to have some support. Meanwhile, Fayaz does a very good job at fielding. A little tumble there. That'll bring another single for them. 107 for 2. 1 last delivery to go. 15 runs of this over. Has been an expensive over. They require 16.3 and 15 have come from this over.
Lions are keeping that run rate in check. Last delivery bowled. Lions are 107 for 2 after 9 overs. Nadeem to continue from the school end. It's already gone for 18 of 2 overs. Bowling to Anwar. Oh, that's a brilliant catch. It looked like he just woke up and took that catch from his sleep.
Well, these catches they just stick, and this man, he put his hand out. That's brave of him, and fantastic, good reflexes. Mohammad Nadeem, he can't do anything wrong today. Got a century early on, and now has already picked up 2 wickets. 107 for 3 as Mohammad Anwar Khan walks back.
Mohammed, the new man in for Lions. Coming in at number 5. Lions already 107 for 3. Nadeem is all over the game. Just push to mid-off. No single there. Nadeem's got his tail up. And he bowls a tight one again.
18 runs he's given in 15 deliveries that he's bowled and picked up 2 wickets. And this time will be a boundary, I can tell you that. Asif is not one of the quickest ones in the field. Anything that goes anywhere around him, that surely will be a boundary.
I think the Lions have spotted that very well. You're right, Neil. Anything around that square leg, fine leg area has been put away.
He's going inside out now, and I don't think the ball has enough fuel to take it over the fence. Fayaz tries to rally it back, a couple of runs nonetheless. One last delivery to go. In his 3 overs, he's picked up 2 wickets, and before that scored a century in 25 deliveries. This man on your screen, the previous 3 games that he's played, he's got man of the matches in all 3, and here he has definitely put his hand up, but then runs coming through, a boundary there to end the over. 10 overs gone, 117 for 3. At the halfway mark, TVSL were 105 for 2. So technically Lions are ahead of them. If you check the over by over stat, a good direct hit. And then ricocheting off, will it go all the way? No, has been fielded back in. 2 runs there. Hasib on 52. It's interesting stat there that the Lions are ahead of TVSL at this point in time. Srijit?
Absolutely, 119 for 3. But again, last 10 overs that Nadeem show has to come from Lions, who will play that role in Infusion Invergy line. Meanwhile, a horizontal shot straight to the stumps at the non-striker's end. He's not happy. Could have crashed on to the boundary line, but that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, maybe a little touch on that ball. Could have found Naveed out of his crease. 170 required, 58. The required rate 17.5 plus. Bang it shot, let it go. Dot ball.
This will definitely hurt Lions. Good thinking.
183.
Mixing his line really well. Both back of line deliveries and then that short pitch. Hasib had no clue whatsoever. Gigantic task for these 2 batters. Slow one. Good thinking. Straight to the fielder at extra cover. They have failed to score a boundary in this over. Just 3 runs of first 4 deliveries that he has bowled. Can he bowl 2 quiet deliveries? We'll have to wait and watch. No slip fielder, third man patrolling the fence, backward point, extra cover. Long off, long on, deep, mid wicket and fine leg up in the circle. That's the field for Naveed. Excellent delivery that. Was just trying to follow the batsman and nothing much he can do. Maybe look for that uppercut.
One last delivery to go. Can he finish it off well? That'll be the question. Ikram, can he bowl an over without boundaries? Square leg, and they'll just get a single. A very good over from Ikram comes to an end. 11 gone, 121 for 3.
Nadeem will continue. Flighted delivery outside the off stump. It's in the air and taken. Wicket number 3 for Nadeem.
Well, he's picking wickets for fun. He's scoring runs for fun. This man is enjoying his day. This man is enjoying his game. Tossed up delivery, flighted. And it's tricky to play these balls. Very good catch at the boundary. And that should be the end of Mohammad Naveed. 11 of 8. It's 121 for 4.
New batsman in is Kamran Salim. Flighted delivery. Pad and pad together. It was an appeal chance of a run out. But extra cover fielder couldn't gather it properly. Look at that. It was an appeal. But it was bat first. 121 for 4. Bowling his final over. This one! An arm ball to which Salim had no clue. He's gone. Cleaned up.
He's bowling his last over and he wants to pick up wickets. A bag full. Picked up his 4th. Wanted to get an LBW. Didn't get that shout. Does become a little difficult for a left arm spinner to get that call. Generally, the bat comes ahead, but he said, listen, doesn't matter. I'll get him bowled. Kamran Salim out on a duck, 121 for 5. Shahnawaz comes in, a left arm batter against a left arm bowler. Or should we say the most expensive bowler is on strike now. 67 runs he gave away in his 4. And the batter who got most of it is bowling. Role reversal. Can Shahnawaz get those runs back from Nadeem? But Nadeem, he's setting his field for wickets. It's a very aggressive field set. There's a slip in position. There are men in catching. Gets his bat down in time.
Two balls.
He's got 2 more deliveries to pick up a fifer. Should I call him a batting all-rounder? Should I call him a bowling all-rounder? More close-in fielders. Backward point, extra cover. Tossed up delivery, pushing the batsman onto the front foot. Plays it defensively, not for any runs. He's a superstar for his side. Nadeem. Final delivery. Played it defensively once again. What an over. Dot to end the over. 12 overs gone. 1-2, 1 for 5. Ikram will continue. Left arm over the wicket. Back of length delivery. It's in the air, but in the gap. Protection there in the deep. Remember in the previous over there was a mid-on. Just a single. New batsman in is Shahnawaz. Be taking strike for the very first time.
$122 for 5. They need 167 to win from 47 at 21.3. The required run rate is towering. Shahnawaz get a single and get off strike. Haseeb will come on strike. Haseeb will have to play a blinder like what Nadeem did. He'll have to go at a pace like no one else can. That's the only way that they can win. But I reckon what the Lions would be thinking now is to not give wickets, try and see through all 20, bat all 20. Dot ball there. Ikram has come back strong. Previous over also bowled really well. This over as well. Right now just 2 runs from his 3. And my calculation of a bowler's economy rate is very simple. Oh, he goes big, he goes nicely out of the park for a maximum.
Excellent shot that from Haseeb. Slightly back of length delivery, angling away. And he was on the top of that bounce. Look at that. Swivels as he plays that one over mid-wicket. The only problem with the Infusion Invergy lines is their bowling. They heavily depend on their spinners, and Nadeem enjoyed batting against spinners. Slow and played with soft hands and off for a single.
Let me correct you there. Nadeem enjoys playing cricket. Be it batting, be it bowling, he's a joyful character. When he comes to bowl, he picks wickets for fun. When he comes to bat, he hits sixes for fun. It doesn't matter who's bowling at him. He just thinks that, oh, it's a bowling machine at me. So wherever the ball is, I'm going to hit it. End of the over. A very good over comes to an end. 10 runs from it, 9 runs from it. 13 gone, 130 for 5. Nasir Faraz, he's been given the responsibility of the ball to maybe try and pick a wicket or two. Punched it back to the bowler, went straight towards long on, will get a signal there. That there's a theory that if you just punch the ball and the ball goes quickly out of the 30-yard circle, it just tells you that the wicket is good. It tells you the ball is coming nicely onto the bat. Right here we saw Haseeb just punching the ball and it quickly raced away towards the long on. Absolutely good wicket to bat on.
Slightly outside the off stump. Shahnawaz, remember, he's struggling to time the ball, find the gap more importantly. Haseeb on the other end is not getting that chance. What he can do is pick those gaps and get the strike back to Haseeb. Again, quicker one on the off stick. Was forced to play a defensive stroke.
Maybe that's the strategy. Give a single to Haseeb, get him off strike and then toy around with Shahnawaz. 7 balls he's played to get just a single. Mind you, a right arm off break bowler against a left-handed batter. Always a good battle. And this time the ball is racing towards the fence. 4 runs.
There was no protection inside the 30-yard circle. There was backward square leg inside the ring. And there's deep backward square leg as well. Interesting field setup for Shahnawaz. 5 runs off Nasir's over. Packed offside field, third man up in the circle. Backward point is there, extra cover. And coming into the left-handed batsman, trying to cut it. Again, failed miserably to find that gap. Captaincy has been top-notch for TVS. They were up with the plan. It's in the air, but in no man's land. Chase for long off fielder. We're getting 2 runs. 14 overs gone. 137 for 5.
Up in the air, chance, and Fayaz drops it. No, that's not Fayaz, beg your pardon. Comes in. The way he approached the ball, I think it was a little too late, and then put that dive a little too early. Look at that. He tried to go in for a slide. Salman. not really getting underneath the ball properly, has hurt himself. At least he knows the world is watching him. So yeah, you need to look at your fingers. Banged it shot. Nadeem says, I couldn't see the ball. And you can get away with that, Nadeem. You can definitely get away with that. With a century and 4 wickets, you sure can.
He was surprised with that back of line delivery. Was very lucky. Couldn't side the ball. 139 for 5. Hasib facing Javed as he gets ready to bowl the third delivery.
Hmm? 14.2 overs. Dragged it straight to the fielder. Get a couple of runs. If they were batting first, the Lions, I would have taken the score any day. 139 in about 14 and a half overs. I would take that any single day.
I think it was a good toss for TVS. Had they batted first, 190, 200, that had been a different ball game altogether. Full lane delivery outside the off stump. Was trying to play towards extra cover. Inner half of the bat was in contact. He's struggling big time, Shah Nawaz. And look at that required run rate. Half the side back in the hut.
2 more deliveries to go in this over. Now this one's gone aerial. Salman comes down again. Or is it Asif? Oh, come on! That should have been taken. That should have been taken. This is catching for schoolboys. This is really, really poor. How could one miss that? The ball was just where he was standing, just a couple of steps back. No judgment of the catch whatsoever. Asif, I feel really bad for Javed. As many as 3 chances gone in this over. Single to end the over. 15 gone, 142 for 5.
Nasir will come and bowl the second one. Flight to delivery outside the off some couple of steps down the track. Hasib, and he's gone. Well, it was Nadeem, was in the air for a long time. Look at that tossed up delivery. The shot was on, but distance wasn't there. Good take. And to talk about that, I've got Eldon in the comm box. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, Srijit. And that's a well played 65 from Hasib. Not much support from the other end. If only he had some support from the other end, this would have been a different story altogether.
Absolutely. 142 for 6 IL after 15.1.
Faris Faisal comes into bat for the Lions. 147 required from 29 balls. It would be good if we see Faris get some score. His dad's been supporting him ever since he has stepped into this ground from ball one. And even though he knows that the Lions are not going to make it, he has given his 100% support throughout the match.
Without any doubt.
Without any doubt. It was very expensive. He picked up a wicket. It's a learning stage. And come back and rectify all those errors which you committed the previous game. It's a long tournament. Excellent delivery that from Nasir. Was quick, and Shahnawaz adjusting himself, playing it defensively back towards the bowler. It's turning out to be an excellent over. These are the areas where you need to bowl loopy delivery, and Shahnawaz on the back foot. They'll be trying to bat out those 20 overs. As you rightly suggested during the toss, that will be a practice game for them. Again a loopy delivery. Heave-o from the batsman, but straight to the fielder at deep mid-wicket, just a single. End of another successful over. 16 overs gone, 144 for 6.
Oh, that's a flat batted straight hit. Oh, well stopped by Nadeem. When you look at the Lions, when they knew that they had to chase 288, whether they would be able to make this or not. But if you look at them scoring 145 in 16 overs, this would definitely help their run rate in case we have teams where it comes to a decider where they have to qualify for the next round. They've kept their run rate going.
But in totality, if you look at the larger picture, yes, they are looking at the net run rate, but there are certain areas which they have to improve for sure. Meanwhile, full length delivery outside the off stump. Excellent cover drive there. And Nadeem definitely saving 2 runs for his side. Full outside the off stump. Always nice to watch a lefty playing that shot. Well, looking for that uppercut. Day-night difference between bat and ball. Couldn't really judge the pace and bounce on that occasion.
Faris looking to just nudge it around, play those last 3.5 overs, and that's a bad delivery.
Very difficult to grip the ball. Due factor coming into picture, but they have done really well in all departments, I would say. Slow one, played it towards onside just for a single. And they need to make sure that the batting is sorted, especially the middle order. They got the start, but they couldn't weave a partnership, which was very important when you're chasing the gigantic total of 289.
Awkward bounce there for the keeper. By signal by the umpire. It's 150 up for the Lions. And one last delivery for Javed. Short ball, edge towards third man, won't carry, and Lions take a single. It's end of the 17th over. It's 152 for 6. Flighty delivery. Oh, and he's gone. Faris tried to take Nasir on, and he just stayed too long on. He departs for only 5. It's 152 for 7. Nas into the attack, hit towards the square leg boundary just for a single. Another flighted delivery, it's straight down the ground again for another single.
Talking about TVS, the think tank, they have got plenty of options, especially when you can swap your players, when you can ask a player to bat at certain position. Every match you change and that person delivers. That's an opportunity and a gift at the same time. Tossed up delivery, swing and a miss. Remember Nadeem, he bats at number 4. Now he was pushed down a bit. He delivered. That's class for sure. This time he connects. It's in the air and straight to the fielder. And remember, that is substitute Sajjad Maluk. And wicket number 8.
Now Lions are losing wickets at regular intervals. This wasn't the intent that they had at the beginning of the game. They wanted to play throughout the innings. They wanted to play the entire innings without losing all 10 wickets. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Now Lions are 154 for the loss of 8 wickets. Straight on delivery. Asif running in. Looks like TVS, looks like the players from TVS want to go home. It's 155 for 8 after 18 overs. Last 2 overs to go. An appeal for a stumping. And TVS are celebrating. It's 8 wickets down. Fortunately, Lions only are playing with 10 on the field, 10 players today, and TVS has won convincingly with 33 runs, and without a shadow of doubt, we know who the man of the match is, Srijit.
Absolutely, 133 runs victory for Vision Shipping. They played with a vision. They entered into this tournament with a vision, and look at that scorecard. 20 overs, 288 runs, 109 unbeaten. Mohammad Nadeem, just 28 deliveries. Ubaidullah Mohammad, they had a plan. First 6 overs, they batted really well, and it was a cushion for the middle order, and rest it was Nadeem show. And look at the bowling analysis of Infusion Invergy lines. Very expensive. And Infusion Invergy batters couldn't really come up, barring Hasibur Rahman, 65 of 41, and they could only manage to score 155 in 18.1 overs, which means Vision Shipping are in the ascendancy, winning 3 matches on the trot. And there you go. It's a double header tomorrow. First up, Gems Education CC will lock horns with Rajkot Thunders. That will be match number 36. We're live from ICCA Academy Oval Grounds. So we'll go down straight to Niloja, and we all are waiting for the man of the match. Who will be that person? Any guesses? We'll get to know. We'll go straight down to Niloja.
सवाल तो समझ आ जाएगा लेकिन मैं जवाब ब्लैक ही में दे रहा हूँ।
Check, check. Mic 1, mic 2. Check 1, check 2. हाँ हाँ
So क्या होगा ना? So he will come when you
Yeah.
invite him. He will come. He'll take the trophy from sir.
Yeah.
He will wait, smile. Once sir goes, then you talk to him.
Okay.
ठीक है ना? So when you invite him, man of the match is so and so. तो वो आके रुक जाएगा, सर से ट्रॉफी लेगा, फोटो
ठीक।
फोटो खींचेंगे.
Sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the SkyTech ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by FanCode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank ICCA Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, title sponsor SkyTech.net, powered by sponsor FanCode, official streaming partner FanCode, event partner TCM. In the 32nd match of the tournament, the Vision Shipping defeated Infusion Invergy Lions by 133 runs. Commencing ahead, we would now be announcing the name of the man of the match. Any guesses? I think we all know it. The award will be presented by our match referee, Mr. Tehsin Javed. And the man of the match award goes to none other than Muhammad Nadeem from Vision Shipping, who scored 109 of 28 deliveries, including 6 boundaries and 13 sixes. Congratulations, Nadeem. Well done. चौथा मैन ऑफ द मैच और कितने लोग हैं? अपनी टीम के लिए कुछ तो छोड़ोगे?
जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले तो मैं अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करता हूँ। बाकी ये है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इधर बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस हो जा रही है, तो कोशिश करेंगे आगे भी ऐसे ही परफॉर्म करें।
आज भी आपका इंटेंट वैसे ही था जो पहले मैचेस में था, आपको नीचे लाया गया, कोई चेंज नहीं आपकी बैटिंग में। आप क्या कहना चाहते हो उसके बारे में?
जी जब मैं बैटिंग पे गया तो 7 ओवर आते थे, तो हमारे पीछे विकेट में बैट्समैन बाकी थे, तो मेरी यही कोशिश थी कि जितना टीम के लिए कर सकूं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रन, और बाकी मैं अपनी बेसिक जो मेरी गेम है मैं वही करने की कोशिश करता हूं, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सब अच्छा हुआ।
बैटिंग एक बात है, बॉलिंग में भी 4 विकेट, फील्डिंग में आपने वो कैच लिया, आप तो बस यहाँ पे मतलब आपका जो फन चल रहा है कि बैटिंग, बॉलिंग, फील्डिंग, आपको ये गेम के बाहर रख ही नहीं सकते हम लोग।
जी बस अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र है। बॉलिंग भी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि कंटेन करूँ, कंटेन में वो आउट करने के पीछे नहीं जाता, लेकिन कंटेन करने जाता हूँ तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वहाँ पे भी विकेट मिल रहे हैं।
कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस आपको, मैं ज़्यादा वक्त नहीं लूँगा, आप आपकी टीम के साथ जाइए और एंजॉय कीजिए।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
That's all for today. Thank you for joining us today. To catch on excitement for the tournament, tune in to our official streaming platform FanCode app and the ICC Academy Facebook app. Thank you and have a good night.